Kia ora whānau. Welcome to the Aftershow. We're here to review the game between the Arsenal and West Ham, where unfortunately lightning struck twice.
Yeah.
I'm Amit. This is Nev. Here we go. So, how do you feel, man? A pretty disappointing result, a 2-2 draw. Again, up 2-0,
Yeah,
conceding 2.
disappointing. I'm very disappointed. I'm very disappointed, angry, frustrated. We played very well for like 35 minutes again. We did the hardest thing to do in football, which is score goals. We scored 2 again, and then we gave away two gifts basically. Penalty, and the second goal, everyone just switched off, and yeah, 2 easy goals we gave away.
Yeah, definitely disappointing. Like for me too. After we went 2-0, I think in my head I was like, this could be anything because the way we were playing, like West Ham actually started pretty okay, but it felt like we were just too good.
Yeah.
For 30 minutes.
Yeah, 35 minutes we were just like completely dominating.
They were trying to press us, but they weren't getting near us. Like we were just too
our
good.
Our passes were accurate. Our movement was impeccable. The accuracy of everything was it was excellent. And then, so let's start off. We started off really well.
Yeah.
Go 1 goal up.
Good goal.
Good goal. Yeah, good goal.
Yeah. Good play. Nice. Play down the right, and then Ben White with the put on a plate.
So Jesus scores again. Man, this guy can't stop scoring. And then second goal was it Martinelli with
assist. Beautiful crossover the top.
Odegaard finish.
Yep. First time finish.
When we're playing like that, it's really hard to think that we're gonna end up drawing a game. It feels like a loss.
Yeah, that's what I mean. At that point, I was just so happy. I was like, this is how we should have responded to
the Liverpool game. Yeah, exactly.
And then unfortunately, it wasn't to be.
Yeah, we let it slip, man. We're letting it slip, and we're letting this title race now.
We're kind of putting it we still got a draw. So we
still got a point.
Not the end of the world.
Yeah.
But yes, you're right. Like if we keep performing like that, and we keep kind of bottling it, then we're giving it to City, man. It's going to be theirs for the taking. Like we need to put teams away. We need to, man up and take responsibility when we take the lead. Manage the game better.
Yeah, we do.
There's going to be teams, it's the Premier League. No one's going to fold if it's 2-0.
Yeah.
I think the boys have to realize that, and it's just not. It's not going to be a given. If you're 2-0 up, you're going to win the game.
Unless you're City, then.
Well, even them, they still go in and score the third. They're fourth. They're ruthless.
Yeah.
I think that's the difference between Arsenal and City at the moment is we are still playing well, but we're not ruthless enough compared to them.
Yeah.
They just keep going. For 40 minutes, they'll be relentless. They'll score 4 goals. And the rest of the game, it doesn't matter if the other team's outplaying them. They've already finished the game.
I think we get to a point where we go 2-0, and then we kind of take the foot off the gas, thinking that we can just pass our way around now, and then we end up making mistakes, give away cheap goals.
So how do you feel about this game? It felt a little bit different.
Yeah, it was different, right? Because the tactics were a little bit different for this game, where usually we're quite relentless on the press.
Yeah.
Every time we lose the ball, there'll be 3 players that'll surround the opposition and will win it back straight away. But in this game, we hardly even pressed, I think. It was mostly just like a one-man press that'll go and try and win the ball, and everyone else kind of just sat back.
Yeah.
But I think that's because of the way that West Ham play, right? Or we expected them to play.
It was actually the other way. I reckon West Ham were pressing like we normally press teams. And I think, obviously, having more time to analyze teams, I think why Arteta did that is because of the direct nature of West Ham play, which kind of led to that second goal.
Well, we always struggle with direct play.
Yeah.
Any team that wins the ball and just plays a direct ball to the striker or in behind us straight away, we always struggle with that.
We've dropped most points for teams that are in the bottom 6. We've drawn with Southampton. We lost to Everton.
Yeah.
We had a draw here. Yeah, and I think it's just that those teams they're gonna graft, like, you know, that they're in a battle. So we have to be prepared to win ugly. I think we talked about this in our preview show, you know.
Yeah, just win it.
We just need to find a way to win. It doesn't have to be pretty. You don't have to win 5-0 or 1-0. Just somehow in a win. It's just 3 points is all we ask for. And you know we have so much talent in our team, but
I mean, I think. Do you think the Liverpool game sort of has like a psychological edge? Because we came back, even that one, we were 2-0 up, playing beautiful, and then we come back to 2-2. And somewhere, it looks like it sort of played on their minds this game as well.
Potentially. I mean, like, if you think about that penalty Saka took, that's probably the prime example of something playing up in his head, you know? Any other game, he probably would have buried that. It's 2-1, there's not much pressure on you.
Yeah.
Like, you know, even if you miss, you're still winning.
Yeah.
But that's what changed the game, too.
Yeah.
Because he missed, and 60 seconds later, it was 2-2.
Yeah, our heads kind of dropped. Gabriel with a rash attempted challenge. It wasn't even a challenge, was it?
No, that second goal they scored was that. I think it was a corner.
Oh, that was after it.
Yeah. It was a corner, and then they just lumped the ball in, and that's what I was talking about.
We
like
just switched off.
West Ham's just so direct, and I think that's why we kind of didn't press them, because those long balls hurt us if we pressed them. You know, there's too much space, and they like. That's the next point I wanted to say is the reason why we probably didn't press them is because they have guys like Antonio, Bowen. Like West Ham's not a bad team, bro.
No, like for real, props to West Ham because they played to their strengths, which was our weakness, and we always struggle with it. And they played really well.
Yeah.
Antonio held the ball up so well.
Bro.
I don't think there was.
He's a beast, man.
Yeah, there's not a lot of times where we actually won the ball off him.
No.
And then you had Ben Rama, who, man, I was really, really impressed with Ben Rama.
He was good, bro, this game.
He was doing us left, right, and center. And then Paqueta.
He's so strong, too.
Yeah. And he's quick, and he's a good dribbler.
I thought Paqueta, like, he was probably, like, he didn't start the game strong, but towards the end, he was running the show, bro.
Yeah.
I don't think, like, many midfielders have dominated a game against our midfield three like he did.
Yeah.
Like he was good, bro.
And what do you think about Declan Rice?
Again, he's a good player, bro.
I thought the first
that's what I think. Sign him.
You know, the first 30 minutes I was watching and I was trying to look at how Rice is playing because I was like, okay, there's a potential transfer that could be on the way, and I couldn't find it for 30 minutes because we were just that good. But then as the game went on and they grew into the game, Rice, man, he's exactly what we need and what we
put it this way, like he's made for these type of games. He's a battler, you know. Yeah. That's what we need.
He looks like it fit perfectly into our system.
Yeah, so, he would. He's great.
So yeah, I mean, props to West Ham. They have some good players. They played to their strengths.
Yeah, I don't know how they're in the bottom six. Like with the squad they have, like look at their front, like Paqueta, Bowen, Benrahma, Antonio. I mean, they've had some injury problems, but like they've got a good team, bro.
They do, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think, like, for me, I don't think they're gonna get relegated. Yeah. They'll probably go on, and hopefully from here, you don't really want to see West Ham relegated. Like you like these derbies.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, good. Well done to you guys, but to our boys, all right.
Coming back to Arsenal now,
how'd you think about the changes, bro?
Yeah, so at 2-2, right? I have a big problem with Arteta's substitutions today because I just couldn't understand it. None of the substitutions to me made sense. First of all, you're 2-2, and then you want to take off Partey, who I thought he had a decent game. And I thought he had some really good passes, some really good turns. And in a pressure situation where you need someone to stay calm and you need someone who can receive the ball with his back to goal and turn and progress the play forward, you take him off, put Jorginho in. Jorginho didn't do anything bad. He had a decent game. But to take Partey off, it didn't make sense to me. And then to take off Jesus, who I know he's just come back from injury, but he's the guy who has the magic. In a game where it's tight, in a game where you need someone to do something special, and you need a goal, you take Jesus off, who has been scoring every game since he's come back. And then to make it worse, he takes off Martinelli, who was also our leading goal scorer.
He had an assist in the game already. He was pretty dangerous, you know.
You put on... At one point, we had Vieira, Trossard, Odegaard, Xhaka, Jorginho, and no striker. We had 5 midfielders who love to drop deep and pick up the ball and create something, and then we have no one in the box to deliver it to. So nothing made sense to me. None of his changes made sense. I don't know. How do you feel about the...
Yeah, I mean, Partey... Yeah, he didn't have a bad game. I mean, you have to be honest, that goal, the penalty, has to be Partey's fault initially, you know. He's just a little bit lazy on the ball, got caught, and then it's between him and Gabriel. Yeah. But,
I'd put more the blame on Gabriel.
Yeah, but if Partey didn't give the ball away, Gabriel wouldn't have to dive in.
He didn't have to dive in. I mean, Paqueta
it's in the box, bro.
Paqueta wasn't the goal was this way.
He was kind of looking for it, but you have to blame it on Partey.
I mean, Gabriel dived in from 2 meters away. What do you expect is going to happen?
It's 2-0. You just have to manage the game. Yeah. If Partey kicked it out, nothing happens. Yeah. They don't get a penalty. It's still 2-0.
I mean, but even that Jorginho substitute wasn't the worst one.
Yeah, well, I was just talking about that situation. But other than that, Partey was not playing badly in that second half. You know, that one's kind of okay. Partey didn't really. I'm not sure if he trained this week. I'm not sure if he's got some fitness issues. But yeah, Jesus won, bro. I didn't get that at all.
I was fuming, man.
Yeah, it's 2-2.
Yeah.
This is why we signed him.
Yeah. For these moments. Yeah. To be the difference maker.
Why are you taking him off?
You take him off.
Okay. Trossard was good. So I mean, he's not take nothing away from him. He deserves to be playing. Probably.
No, I actually did really like his cameo, but it made no sense if you're taking off Jesus.
I thought they should have taken Saka off.
Yeah, I thought Saka had
not just because of his penalty miss.
No, it wasn't that.
I think they had done their homework on him, and he wasn't really effective this game.
He was a bit quiet today. Didn't really do anything that great. Didn't really add to our attacking.
And it would have been, I reckon, more of a surprise if we subbed them off, because we hardly ever sub them off.
Yeah.
For West Ham, you know, and so if 2-2 might have given them something to think about, they've got Trossard and Jesus and Martinelli on the pitch. Whereas you're right, they took off Jesus. I mean, Arteta took off Jesus and put on Trossard, and then we had 5 midfielders. Yeah. And by the time Nketiah came on, it was too late.
It was too late, yeah. I mean, he came on with 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
What are you going to do then? And then they put on Reece Nelson, which, you know.
Yeah. Again, I mean, Nelson deserves to be playing, but we kind of chucked everything that we had at them, but it didn't really look like we were going to score.
It didn't look like Arteta had a plan. I think his subs in his head look like they were pre-planned. Yeah. That a 70 minutes.
He doesn't seem to react to situations. He likes to be planned out, and I think maybe it's learning as well. You know, he is still a young manager. You know, he's handling the pressure of being being in the title race and having someone like Pep and Man City behind you. Yeah. That's a lot of pressure, bro.
It is, yeah.
And you can see with our team, our whole squad, it's tough. The young boys, you know, some even teenagers and stuff in our squad, and even our first team players, they're all young, bro.
Young, yeah.
And you can kind of see there's a little bit of pressure there.
But then again, that's why you keep players like Jesus on, right? Who's a little bit older.
And he has the experience, yeah.
So you bring on someone like Trossard with them, you know? But I mean, the substitutions were madness for me. I just couldn't understand it.
Any positives you had?
Any positives from the game?
I know. I mean, it is quite negative.
Positives, they're very short, short and sweet. 1 point gained. Jesus scores again. Martinelli with another goal contribution. Another goal for Odegaard.
Yep.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Defensively, we look fragile. We look like we switch off. We look like we start winning a game and then we don't know what to do.
What I felt was, you're right. As a positive, was just a point really. There was 2 years back or last year even, we would have lost this game. And I think we missed Saliba, bro.
You
I
reckon?
feel like we miss him. I
thought Roll Holding.
I think Holding is playing well. It's just, I don't know. I feel like when Saliba and Gabriel are there, we seem to just be more comfortable.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like, yeah, maybe he would have struggled against Antonio as well. Holding actually did a pretty decent job against.
He did, yeah. I thought he had a decent
But
game.
like, I think, yeah.
I think Saliba is just a little bit like a step up.
Class above, a little bit. Yeah, so I think we do miss him.
Do you think we're expecting too much from this squad? Like you said, we got the
Are
majority.
you saying we're overachieving?
I'm saying like we're going in that we're going to win every game, and we've had that confidence for most of the season, right? And now when we're getting a draw, we're being like, I feel really disappointed. But I'm sitting here thinking, am I expecting too much? Like, should we be happy with a draw and then accept that these guys are still so young and that they're going to learn, and moving forward they'll probably do better?
Yeah, I mean, like, we still have to praise what the boys have done this year, right? Like, we're only like a couple of games away from securing Champions League already.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty much guaranteed anyway if other results go your way. But the thing is, like, we've played so well. It's more that they deserve it. So you know, if we're sounding annoyed, it's more because
it's in our hands. That's the thing.
It's like you guys can do this. You know, the belief was made by the boys, so they need to keep believing too that it's gonna happen. And who knows? You know, like if we go to City, get a result, we beat them or something, it's ours.
Yeah,
that's like 12. That's a 6-point game. If we beat them,
it will be.
It's still in our hands. Like a draw is not too bad.
It's not the end of the world. It's still a point gain.
Still in
4
our hands,
points.
but this league is tough. I reckon City's gonna drop points too. It's tough to say right now, but like,
I don't think they're gonna.
Tough league. They've got a lot of tough games as well. They've got Brighton, and then they also.
I think it's gonna come down to the game between us and them.
Well, yeah, that one will
that one is gonna fully shift the momentum into either us or them for them.
But to answer your question, like, no, I don't think we're expecting too much. I think they've built this belief in our hearts, and I think we're just in a way we're criticizing them, but because we know that they can do better.
That's true.
And the only reason we know they can do better is because they've shown it the whole year.
Yeah. So,
you know, if you're taking it as a constructive feedback, is you guys can do it. So go and do it.
Yeah, that's true. Well, yeah.
Man of the match.
Oh, man of the match.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Don't forget that.
That's a tough one. I don't think. No one really stands out for me to be man of the match in this game, to be honest.
Yeah, to choose the West Ham guy.
Nah. Yeah. Before you end this, and what do you think about Tierney? He came in for Zinni.
Yeah, well, you can see he's a better defender.
Yeah, for sure, man. He made some really good last-ditch saves as well.
Although he's a bit suspect for that second goal, but I think our whole
team... There was like 6 players there. I can't blame Tierney for that.
Yeah, even Ramsdale should have...
Ramsdale's positioning was off for that goal as well.
Probably say Gabriel was sleeping.
Yeah.
I think Gabriel's the one who played him on. Tierney was good, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's class.
I want to see, like, when he's on the pitch, I want to see him do more of what he's good at, which is running down the line.
I think he was trying to do sort of a Zinchenko role. He was more drifting.
I think he's been asked to do that, and I just think if you just get him to run down the line, he's so much more effective that way.
Yeah.
But man of the match. Do you have one?
Nah.
Very tough to give one to.
If I had to give it to someone, let's just go Martinelli.
Yeah, I was thinking Martinelli too. He got an assist. He was pretty effective. I did like him on the ball today. Yeah. He was trying to take on the fullback all the time.
Yeah.
Cut inside. Had some really good crosses. There was one I think that he crossed in it for Gabriel for the centre back, and he hit it wide. He just hit it wide. But
yeah, he was a menace again. Like he always is away from home.
Yeah.
I don't know what he eats, but I eat something.
Oh well, yeah, 7 games to go.
Yeah. Still in our hands.
Still slightly in our hands, slightly in our favor at the moment. But yeah, 7 games. We'll see how it goes. Come on, you Gunners.
Go boys.
Don't break our hearts.